How do I know if my BMW starter is going bad in mountain view? All the components of the car are interconnected and run simultaneously for running the engine efficiently. Among the several components, the starter is used to crank an internal combustion engine and perform its operations. Due to regular use, you will notice that the starter of your car begins to malfunction. If your car has failed to start, then ensure that the problem is completely relying on the starter. The following points define the signs to determine the failed starter in your BMW. Dimming interior lights while starting. Short circuit in the wiring of the starter motor can dim the interior lights when you start the car. Failed bearings within the starter motor are dimming the interior and dashboard lights of the car with a chugging sound. Clicking sound. Most common signs of failed starter motor in your car are the clicking sound produced by the engine. Failed starter relay is making a clicking sound as it is unable to transmit enough current to start the car. The engine won't turn over. When the starter has any problem, the engine won't turn over while turning the key in the ignition. In this case, whenever you are trying to start the car, you may hear a loud clanking noise or no engine sound. Oil has soaked the starter. If the starter is soaked in the engine oil under the hood, it could damage the starter and cause oil leaks. So, carefully observe the oil leaks for preventing major damage to the starter. Smoke while starting the motor. If an excess amount of power flows into the starter or starter motor, it will not shut off and overheat it eventually. As a result, you will notice the smell of smoke coming from underneath the engine. Conclusion. Generally, starter problems are very common and are impossible to avoid in your BMW. If the starter motor of your BMW stops working, then bring it to a mechanic to figure out the problem and fix it accordingly.